Sean, clear this up. I mean, people create their own narratives on the outside. And when Drew went down and you decided to go to Taysom, there was one narrative that you wanted to see what you really had in Taysom and give him an extended period here. There was another narrative that Jameis, you just weren't that high on at this point. He wasn't ready to step in and lead this offense the way you would want. Clear it up for us. What was your thinking?
My thinking was a commitment I had made to Taysom in the offseason. It couldn't be any further from the truth, the second narrative. I and we as an organization love what we've seen from Jameis. And that constantly weighs in your mind relative to each game. Going into the season, all three of the quarterbacks knew that in the event that there were any injury during a game, Jameis was coming in. Taysom was going to have a large plan in special teams and at tight end. And then we would go from there. And so when that situation arose and Drew was hurt for a longer period of time, I visited with Jameis. I visited with Taysom. I had basically given Taysom my word in the offseason that, hey, this is long before Jameis even arrived, that he would have that opportunity as the two coming back here. That being said, he's being evaluated each week. Man, I've been proud of how that room has handled it. Jameis particularly, because he's a competitor and he wants that opportunity. And listen, I feel like I said it a week ago. I feel like our next quarterback's in the building. And one of the attractions for Jameis, and I understand it, was there aren't many places in free agency where you can go to a team and have a pretty good bet that quarterback like Drew is going to be playing in his last year. That doesn't exist. You go to a team and then hey, you're going to look for that opportunity to sometime be a starter. He's going to have that opportunity the minute Drew leaves, and both he and Taysom know.
So, on that, Sean, with Taysom, because win, lose, or draw, Taysom's going to be evaluated, right? That's kind of the outside conversation. What have you seen in him in the games that he's played, maybe in terms of growth, maybe in terms of long-term viability? What are some of the things that you've just kind of seen knowing him as well as you do?
I think he was really impressive last week in the third down numbers. The one start he had against Denver was a little bit of an anomaly that you can't look at just by the way we approach the game. So his pocket passing, I think, is improved, and it's good to see his velocity, some of his decisions. I think it still needs to happen quicker. I still think he has to process it quicker. And because of that, you're seeing a little bit more in the sack and hurried quarterback totals, even though he can run. And you see this with some quarterbacks that can move. They tend to hang in the pocket a little longer for a play. And so processing the play and getting the ball out is something and that's not unusual, but that's something that needs to improve. Look, I think he's got the leadership makeup, all those qualities. It's the reps, it's the snaps, and so the challenge is can they match where we're getting ready to be in this season, and that's the $6 million question.